Hi guys, welcome to the first mobility session. This is going to be a regular every Sunday from now on. Same as usual, just going to wait a couple minutes for people to sort of log on and get ready. If you have an ab mat, you can grab that ready, or if you have like a yoga mat or anything like that, or if you're indoors, obviously you could just use your carpet or whatever. Just make sure you've got something nice and comfortable. So just going to spend about 40-45 minutes working through some mobility drills, some different stretching, similar to the mobility class if you've ever done that at the gym. But yeah, like usual, any questions, just drop them in the comments below and I'll try and check throughout. But yeah, like I said, we'll just wait like another minute or so and then we'll get started. Cool, Katie, Kev, Lorraine, hi to all you guys. Hope you're doing well in lockdown. Obviously, it's not ideal, but we've got to try and make the best out of the situation. So yeah, go for another 20 seconds, then we'll get started. I'm just going to grab a bottle of water. So if you haven't, grab a drink. Make sure you guys are ready to go. Cool, morning John. Cool. So guys, there's a few of you logged on, which is great. So all we're going to do just to get warmed up, just get the heart rate pumping a little bit, get the blood flowing. So yeah, all we're going to do to start with is just normal star jumps. So we're just going to go like this for about 30-40 seconds. That's it, keep it going. Also guys, let me know, I presume you guys can hear me. If one of you could just quickly write down just to let me know. But yeah, and I'll just double check that just now. So guys, have a little rest there. Oh. I've literally... Please let me know. Okay. Cool. So guys, next one we're going to do like a little lunge sequence. So all you're going to do, you lunge out in front, touch your knee to the floor, you're going to lunge out to the side, and if you can, you're going to lunge behind you. We're just going to keep moving through this on the same side. Cool, and change sides. So just aiming to get the legs nice and warm. Cool, nice job. Have a little shake out. Next one we're going to do is going to sit in the bottom of our squats. So come down to the bottom of your squat. Notice how it feels. We're going to try and test it out. If you want to have a little move about, drive the knees out. So throughout we're going to try and test the squat. Hopefully it should feel a little bit improved as we go on throughout the session. Sitting up onto your feet, and then from here again into your squat stance. We're going to go for 5 reps, slow down, and then back up. Nice job. Have a little shake out. Next one we're going to do shoulder circles or arm circles. We're going to go backwards. So then change direction, so we're going to go forwards now. Then we're going to go for self hugs. Nice job. Last one, all we're going to do, so it's sort of like going to make a big circle with our hands. You come down to the floor, you can go from the side, reach all the way behind you. We're going to go 3 one way. Then we're going to go 3 back the other way. Cool, nice job. Have a little shake out and just check, see if anyone's commented. Cool, no. So we'll try and get some in for your knee, Katie. So guys, we're going to start with legs first. So first one I want you to do is like the lizard crawl position. So you're going to have hands on the floor. Then you're just going to bring one, so we'll go for our right foot. We're going to bring our right foot up next to your hands. Then foot is outside of the hands for this position. So I want you to start with your back leg, your back knee off the floor. And we're going to progress in a minute, find a different position to try and feel a little bit different stretch. Yes, in this position, you might feel a little bit of the hamstring stretch. You're going to feel a little bit of a hip stretch on this leg. We're just going to hold this position. So we're mainly going to focus on opening like the hip area, and then we'll do a little bit on the thoracic and shoulder area, and then probably finish off with like hands and wrists. So from here, what you're going to do now, you're going to open up your inside hand, so your arm next to your bent leg. You're going to reach up and then back down. We're going to go for 5 reps, like so. 5, nice job. Now what you're going to do, you're going to drop your knee onto the ab mat. So now we're going to focus a little bit more on this stretch. You're trying to drive this hip and knee into the ab mat or into the floor. have a little move about, have a little explore, see if you can feel tightness in different places. Cool, nice job. And then we're going to change sides. So again, foot comes right outside of your hands. In this position, you should feel, I feel a little bit of a hamstring stretch, a little bit of a hip stretch. So again, have a little move about. So then we're going to reach up into this bent leg. So you're going to reach up for 5 reps. Nice job. Now you're going to drop that back knee to the floor again. See if you can sink down a little bit lower. For me, that increases my hip stretch. Cool, nice job there. So, have a little rest, shake out the legs, and all I want you to do, we're going to go for 3 reps of your air squat. Yeah, so already feels a little bit better, which is great. So, next one we're going to do, pigeon pose. Yes, most of you have probably done this one before. So, all you're going to do, start in this press up position. So in a nice press up position, I'm going to go for my right leg first. So all I'm going to do is bend my right leg up, and then I'm going to bring it across my body onto the ab mat. Yeah, so not quite at 90 degrees. Don't worry about that. As long as you feel a nice stretch in your glute or your outer hip. Yeah. So find this position. So back knee can be on the floor for this one. Cool, nice job. So to increase the stretch on this one, what I'm going to try and do is bring my back foot a little bit further round. Yeah, so I'm basically increasing the stretch on this side, and I can also turn my belly button right into my bent leg. So I'm now in this position, and for me, this increases the stretch quite a lot. So maybe have a go, have a little explore, see how it feels. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop down right onto my forearms, which might again increase the stretch for you. And I'm just going to wiggle side to side, backwards and forwards, whatever you want to do. Cool, nice job. Have a little rest there. Then we're going to do, come back into that press up position, then we're going to change sides. So this time left knee is going to come up and foot's going to come across. So I've sort of got, not a 90-degree angle, but near enough, you get the idea. Again, back knee can be on the floor. I'm just going to chest nice and upright for this, sit in this position, have a little wiggle. Again, if I want to try and increase that stretch, I'm going to bring my back foot further round, so I'm going the way of my bent knee. And I can also turn my belly button into that bent knee as well. And from here I'm going to drop my forearms onto the floor, and then I'm just going to go like forwards and backwards, side to side, feel the stretch. So you're really sinking into it as much as you can. That's it, nice job. And have a little rest there, have a shake out. So from here we're going to go for 3 more reps with that air squat. Yeah, for me, definitely feels a little bit better, which is good, it's the idea. Cool, have a rest there. I'm just going to check the comments, see if anyone's... No? Cool. So guys, next one we're going to do. So again, I'm going to do my right leg. So I'm going to bring my right knee onto the ab mat, onto the mat, and my left foot is going to come out in front. Yeah, so I'm in this nice upright position. So all I want you to do in this position is you're going to think about tucking your tail. Yeah, so when we show from the side on, so when we say about like squeezing your bum, tucking your tail, maybe when you're in your hollow position or something like that, we're going to do the exact same thing. So instead of this arch position, all I'm going to do is tilt my pelvis the other way. So what this is going to do is increase the stretch massively on the hip flexor, and then from here all you're going to do is take your hands behind your head, and you should feel a nice stretch coming right up the front of the leg. Yeah, so tuck your tail, hands behind your head, and you should feel, or I do anyway, a nice stretch up your hip flexors. And you have to constantly fight that tail tuck, yeah? So you can't just do it and then release it, because you won't feel anything at all. If you're always in that tail tuck, then you should always feel it stretch. Cool, nice job. And then from here, so don't move anywhere. So what you're going to try and do now is you're going to move, so you grab your back foot. So this one's going to be a little bit challenging to even get in the position. So ideally you're just going to hold your back foot and then bring it towards your bum. So it's quite a lot of balance, this one. So now I've got a nice quad stretch. So if I show you from the side, so from this position, all you're going to do is grab your back foot, bring your heel towards your bum. So now I'm in this position, and instead of this hip flexor, there's still a little bit, I've got much more of a quad stretch, yeah? If you can't do that on the mat, just like hold something sturdy, and you can do the exact same thing standing up, yeah? But if you can, try and do it on the mat. If you need to, you can grab something to hold at the same time. hold it there. Cool, nice job. So we're now going to change sides. So this time my left knee is going to be on the ab mat, my right leg is going to come out in front. Yeah, so what I want you to do, first of all, you're going to tuck that tail, push your hips forward a little bit, tuck that tail, hands behind your head, and you should feel nice hip flexor stretch here. Remember, I constantly fight that position, otherwise you're not going to feel a stretch. That's it, a few more seconds. Cool, nice job. And then if you can, remember you're just going to grab your back foot now and then bring your heel towards your bum. Find some balance. If you need to, you can hold on to something. If that's too hard, you can just do the same thing standing up. That's it, last couple seconds. That's it, and have a rest there. Cool, nice job. Have a little shake out of the legs. Again, have a go of your air squat. So it should feel pretty good in terms of your hip area. So we've done quite a lot of work anterior, a little bit posterior, but we're going to do a little bit more of the hamstring and the adductors now. Yeah, so again, I'm going to start with my right leg, which means that I'm going to have my left knee on the ab mat. My right leg's going to come out nice and straight, out in front of me like so. So once you've found this position, so this is a tough one, this one. First step, just to touch your hands towards the floor. Yeah, even if you can't get there, you're trying to get there. If you can, you're going to take your opposite side, your opposite hand. I'm going to take my left hand to like the bottom of my right shin, so I can feel the stretch quite a lot there. And then if I can from here, I'm going to try and bring my fingertips towards my toes. But you're at whatever stage, you're just going to hold that position. As you loosen off a bit, you might find that you actually can now touch the floor, or you can now touch your toes. So keep sort of testing it throughout. If you want to, you can have like a slight knee bend and then try and straighten out your legs, see if you can get there, see if you can work into that new range of motion. Keep fighting this position, last few seconds. Try and lock out that knee, see if you can get any further. Very 2, 1. Cool, and nice job. So from here, guys, what you're going to do, you're either going to take your leg out to the side, or for me, I'm going to turn side on, just so I can get in the position. So your leg's going to come out to the side this time, and you're going to sit your hips, so you should feel, so for me, I feel quite a big stretch on the inside of my leg, so my adductors there, and I'm just going to sink down into this position. Again, try and lock your knee out, so try and squeeze your quad. So I'll just show you guys side on, if you can't quite see that. Face on, sorry. So you've got one knee on the ab mat, your other foot, your other leg's out nice and straight. You should feel a nice stretch on the inside of the leg. For me, I definitely do. So I'm just rocking backwards and forwards here, trying to go through that range of movement. Cool. And then what I'm going to do here, as a last little piece, all I'm going to do is sit right back up, and I'm going to point my toes towards the sky. So I feel that quite deep now, a little bit higher up. Personally for you might feel it somewhere different. Just going to hold this position. So I'm sitting right onto my heel, my other foot, and then this foot is pointed up towards the sky or the ceiling. Sit and have a rest there. Nice job. So what we're actually going to do, before we do the other side, we're going to do a little bit of a Cossack squat. Yeah, so a Cossack squat, all you're going to do is step out to the side. So if I'm trying to test my right side, I'm going to step out to the left. Yeah, and I should feel that same area working, and I'm going to see how low I can get in comparison. If I test my other side, it feels a little bit tighter, which is going to be obvious as I haven't done that side yet. Yeah, so a little test there just to see. Cool. So I'm now going to do my left leg, which means my right knee is going to go onto the ab mat. My left leg comes out in front. Again, first stage, just to touch your hands towards the floor. So for me, this is definitely a tighter side. If you can, take your right hand or your opposite hand to the bottom of your shin. If you can, touch your toes. So for me, it's definitely a lot harder this side. I know it's brutal, but we're just going to hold this position. If you can, work into some more range. So keep working through it. If you need to, you can always go back one, take a couple seconds, and then try and go back into that full stretch. So 3, 2, 1, nice job. From here, all you're going to do is take your foot out to the side, like so. This adductor stretch, and you're going to sit back onto the heel of your foot. So notice with this, my outside foot, I think you can see it. If you can't, basically it's just I'm on the side of my foot. My toe's not pointed up to the ceiling just yet. And my foot is also facing straight ahead as well. So again, spend a few seconds in this position. You can have a little move about. And then from here, what you're going to do is sit right back onto your heel now, and then you're going to point your toes towards the ceiling, or your toe. So, like I said, for me, I feel it's a lot higher up now. Sit and have a rest there. Cool, nice job. Have a little shake out of the legs. Just going to check, see if there's any comments or anything. No? Cool. So last time, have a little test of your air squat. So it should feel pretty nice around the hip area now. So what we're going to do now, we're going to move on to like back, thoracic spine. So first one you're going to do, just lying onto the floor. I think you can see me in this shot. If you can't, I'll talk through it. So hands are going to come out to the side, and all you're going to do is kick one leg over, hold that for a few seconds. So you might get a couple like back cracks or clicks. Reach your leg over. So just moving a little bit through that like rotation. Nice job. Have a rest there. What you can do now, from that position you sit up, cross legs, and then all we're going to do is go to one side. Yeah, so I'm going to reach right down, try and touch my nose towards my toes. For me, I feel that sort of like right at my hip, sort of where my hip and back sort of connect, if you like. And then what you can do is actually just reach further with this arm, and it brings on a little bit more of a lower back and lat stretch. So I'm just going to reach forwards. Have a little explore, see where you feel it the most. Cool, and then just go to the other side. So it doesn't look like much, but I actually find this does really stretch my lower back, like really loosens it up quite a lot, which is good. Sometimes it's sort of hard to find a stretch that really feels like you're actually sort of stretching the lower back. So for me, this one feels like really good. Like the more I explore about, the better the stretch is really. So like, for you, there might be a different position that you find that will be a lot harder or a lot easier than the position that I find. Yeah, so Last couple seconds. Cool. Nice job, really good. So, next one you're going to do, you're going to come down onto your knees, and then all I'm going to do is bring my hands forwards, and I'm just going to sink down into this position. So what I'm doing here, I think this is called puppy dog stretch. So I'm reaching my hands forwards, and then I'm dropping sort of my chest towards the floor, but my hips are staying nice and high. Don't want you to confuse this one with this. Yeah, so it's a different stretch. We're going to do both of them, but we're going to do the puppy dog one first. So, dropping your chest towards the floor. So I'll show you front on as well. Cool, nice job. Now from here, all we're going to do, sink right back onto the heels. And then what I want you to do, you're going to take, so your hands are going to one side. So this is really going to increase the lat stretch. That's it. We're going to take both hands to the other side. Again, you should feel it's a nice lat stretch. Cool, nice job. Then from here, what you're going to do, so you're going to reach your arm through, drop your shoulder to the floor, and then from here you're going to really try and twist up towards the sky or towards the ceiling. And we're going to alternate between sides. So arm comes through, drop your shoulder to the floor, then use this hand to really push, drive into the floor, and twist your upper back. So you're going to rotate. Again, you might feel a couple little clicks. Last time. Cool, really good job. So, next one we're actually going to do a little bit more dynamics in the setup of this one. So it's like a single arm, sort of like bridge if you like. So in this position, you're going to have your hands onto the floor, shins are going to come parallel to the floor, then all we're going to do is you come onto one hand, you twist your feet, so they come round, so your feet are now facing the other way, and then I'm just going to reach over whilst driving my hips up towards the ceiling. I then come back into the middle. Yeah, go on to my other side, I twist my feet, drive my hips arm comes above. Back to the middle, yeah? We're gonna go for a few reps like so. What I want you to focus on, shooting your hips up, looking at your hand all the time, yeah? So twist my feet round. Back to the middle. Twist my feet round. So, back to the middle, twist my feet round. So this arm, the reason I'm pushing it back or like over so much is that it increases the stretch in my upper back quite a lot. Back to the middle. One more time. Then back to the middle. Cool, nice job. So, next one we're going to do cat and camel, cat and cow, whatever you want to call it. So in this position, from neutral, all you're going to do is arch your back, look up to the ceiling. So I show you from side on. So from neutral, arch your back, look up to the sky. And then all you're going to do from here, you're going to do the exact opposite. So you're going to tuck your tail, tuck your chin in towards your chest. You're trying to make your back as rounded as possible. Hold that for a few seconds. We're going to alternate between the positions. Really focus on contracting through that last little bit of range. Last time, sorry. Cool, and have a rest there, nice job. So next one we're going to do, we're going to try and open up the front of the chest a little bit with this one. So all you're going to do, I think you can see me, I'm going to show you on one side, but we're going to do it on both sides. So you're going to lie flat onto your chest, arms are going to come out to the side, and all I'm going to do is kick my back leg over. So basically, all I do, lie out, put my arm across, I'm going to kick my back leg over so that I feel a nice stretch coming through the front of my chest and my shoulder. I'm just going to hold this position. If you can, try and look up to the ceiling, look up to the sky. So then we're going to change sides, so exactly the same thing. Arm comes out towards the side. I'm going to kick my back leg over. I'm going to try and rotate, so I look up to the sky. So you should feel a bit in your chest, a bit in your bicep. last few seconds. Cool, nice job. So guys, next one, you're gonna come sit, so your feet out in front of you. You're gonna turn so your hands, your fingers are facing behind you. Then from this position, you're gonna shuffle your bum forward a tiny bit. And then you're gonna bend your elbows, so you're sinking. So your shoulders, I'll show you from the side. So from this position, all you're gonna do, sit your bum forwards, bend your elbows. Yeah, fingers are facing behind you. And you're gonna feel a nice stretch coming right over the front of your shoulder, right over the bicep tendon. Just gonna spend a couple minutes here, for a minute or so. You can go side to side. What I want you to try and think about is if I was to try and drag this mat towards my bum. Yes, if I'm trying to do that, but without actually moving. So an isometric contraction, it increases the stretch massively. So imagine you're dragging the floor or the mat towards your bum. Cool, nice job. So guys, last couple now, we're just gonna do hands and wrists. So first one you're gonna do, fingers facing towards you. You're just gonna sit back, so you should feel a nice stretch. You can go side to side. From here, you're going to come onto your fingers. So you've got bent elbows now. So I feel this a lot more through my hand and wrist. Side to side, driving them into the floor. Think about driving my thumbs up towards the ceiling as well. Try not to just have them loose. Thumbs up to the ceiling. So you're going to turn your hands over, so you're on the back of your hands now. You're going to drift forwards and backwards. Cool. And last stretch of the day. Fists come together, and then from here, so without letting any of your fingers come loose, you're going to try and straighten out your elbows. Like the pit of your elbow is going to be facing forwards if you can. It's quite a tough one, this one. Try not to let any of them fingers slip out, and you're going to go from side to side. That's it, nice job. Have a little shake out of your wrists. And that is us done today, guys. So, first mobility session now done. Let me know how you got on, what you thought of it. Any sort of like focus you'd like be interested in going into more depth. But yeah, well done today, guys. Thanks for joining me. Again, hopefully maybe this will go up to YouTube. You can always look back, but it's going to be every Sunday, which should be good. Also, I'm going to be back here at 10:30 to go through the normal workout of the day, so I hope some of you can join me then. But yeah, well done today, guys, and for those of you coming back, I'll see you at 10:30. But yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you all later.